That's not spooky at all. Another earthquake? We have never had as many as in the last moons. And yet those were only small ones. People say that a massive earthquake is imminent. One as big as the one that devoured Nysa. Do you think these ruins are from that time? From the time of Nysa? Maybe. Many castles and watchtowers sank into the ground during that time. Once they were home to loyal soldiers. Today they offer shelter only to rats. And by rats, I mean them. I'm telling you, we should get out of here. These ruins only bring bad luck. Everywhere you look, there's goblins, filthy creatures. Well, if you were chased out of your home, you wouldn't be any nicer than them. Their home? Don't make me laugh. 2 years ago, there were no goblins here to begin with. I have no idea where they came from, but they don't own anything here. I'm not going to be exploited by those fine gentlemen up in their castles, only to be robbed by these creatures here underground. Come now, save your breath. You don't have a choice anyway. This world be damned. Our target is not here. We must have gone deeper into the cave. He must have gone deeper into the cave. At least you were right. They certainly look like robbers. The question is, what are they planning? That is what we need to find out. I'm really liking the dialogue so far. Feels, what's the right word? Oh. Different music. I don't know if it's like a boss or what. It feels like, for lack of a better term, legit natural, I think. Yeah, is a better word. It feels natural. Feels like the way characters would talk to each other when they're not in a video game, you know? Which can be a hard thing to nail when you're trying to tell such an epic story. But, yeah, I mean, this is like two friends. They shouldn't be like... I mean, Len has like this Garnet style of like, she's a princess, so she talks like a princess, but she's trying to not talk like a princess. So that is one thing, but yeah, it does not come across as forced at all. It feels like they're talking about what's in front of them and not going off on tangents or trying to make things more epic than they need to be, you know? And they're telling the story really well through like the characters in the towns too. Saying stuff that you would actually expect them to say, like, I mean, I know this is like RPG 101, but just as an example, like, the fact that there wasn't text that came up on the screen to say, like, oh, the people of the town, a lot of them really like the fact that there's peace, but some of them are angry that there's peace and want the war to continue because they've been taught their whole lives that these people are evil. Like, it didn't have to say that. Instead, we came out of the house, and the first person we walked into was an old guy who was, like, lamenting about the peace. And then the next person we talked to was like, there's apparently going to be a riot later, and I don't really know why. And so, like, they've dropped the seeds for us without it just saying on the screen what's going on, right? And that's a hard thing to master, but this game's shown it right away that it can do that. Makes everything feel more natural. That's the kind of stuff I like to see. That's why I get frustrated when I play games like Final Fantasy 12. As much as I love 12, I just absolutely fall asleep to the freaking the intro of 12. It's like, come on, man. It was like 1,000 different... at least with 12, it kind of fits because of the whole like style of that game, but still, I much prefer being shown, not told. And that's so important for games like this to do, because this is a small, you know, one guy made this. Now, this game's pretty popular, so it's not a big deal. But when you drop this game on Steam and it's just one guy's project, right, and it doesn't have the gravitas of being a Square Enix game or a Bethesda game, people aren't going to be invested right away. So if you give them a big line of text that's just like, here's what's going on, they're going to be bored out of their mind. But if you show them, that's what can get them invested. Final Fantasy has the luxury of being like, hey, we're a Final Fantasy, so you're going to be invested no matter what, you know, at least off the bat. So we can actually afford to have some kind of boring sections that just explain the lore to you, because you're probably going to be at least somewhat invested. You know it's a Final Fantasy, you know it's going to be good. But here it's like you don't have any expectation going in, so if it just tries to explain everything to you, you're going to be like, I don't care. But you know, I have no investment in this. So yeah, it's really good stuff. Subs, thank you for the raid, man. Hope you're doing great today. Try this pandemic move. This guy's hurt. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't have a great way to heal. Nice. Sega Saturn. Load times. I remember, I never owned a Sega Saturn. But I remember I had a cousin, or yeah, cousin that had a Sega Saturn, and I went to their house like twice ever and played it. And I played what was the Sonic game on Saturn? Heroes? No, was it Sonic Heroes? Is that the Sega Saturn one? I feel like Sonic Hero. No, because it was a remaster of Sonic Hero. But yeah, I think it was Sonic Heroes. Yeah, I remember even back then I was like, man, this thing is cooking. This thing is it's taken a little bit. And it would like, I don't know if all Sega Saturns are like this or if it was just theirs, but it would like rev up when it was loading. Whatever, there'd be like a cutscene and Sonic would be like, Faker, and then it would fade to black, and then you just hear it just. The door is locked. We need a key. Sega Saturn is one of the consoles I really look forward to delving into if we ever do like a console marathon. Because, like I said, I played it like twice at a cousin's house, and that's pretty much my extent of Sega Saturn knowledge. I know more about the Dreamcast than I do the Saturn. Just from playing a couple weird games on the Dreamcast over the years. And I own one. Saturn was totally out of my wheelhouse. I tell you what, man, it feels fun to just explore areas in this game because you don't have to stop and heal or think about it. Like you can just go, and the movement's so fast, and then the full heals also. You can just go and explore and don't have to feel like you gotta go back or wait or anything. This game's called Chained Echoes. It's extremely highly regarded. Like, it's really highly regarded if you've never heard of it. It's been, people have requested this game for a long time. I think We were just going over a top 100 best RPGs of all time list off of some Reddit poll, and I'm pretty sure it was on it. Like, people love this game. And so far, I can see why. Can 100% see why. Oh, cool, that does damage too. The item shine looks Chrono Triggery. Look at that. A key. I wonder what it can open here. Oh, we know what it's going to open. Yeah, I've heard many, many amazing things about this game over the years. And it was donated for a fan day a while ago when we played it. And I immediately added it to the Let's Play list because I could instantly tell how great it was. And how nice it would be for us to play, given all the references. Look how close he's standing. If you missed that, I would be like, what are you doing? Yeah, for those of you just coming in, we're going to have a bit of a turn-based marathon here in the next couple of days. We got Chained Echoes is our new Let's Play that we're playing on Friday mornings. Then, of course, we got Absolute Lowest Level Final Fantasy VII Challenge after this. And then next week, we're playing Expedition 33, the new turn-based game that's blowing up. And then, can I get that chest? Did I say Exhibition again? Exhibition, 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 Exhibition 33. And then we're also continuing our Legend of Dragoon trophy quest. So, it is nothing but turn-based from now until Indie Gauntlet starts on the 5th? What day does Indie Gauntlet start? The 5th of May. I don't think I can get that chest. How in the world did you find that? You guys are always memeing me with these freaking Nightbot commands. How did you remember that there was a command for !Gauntlet? Now I gotta go in and disable it. How do you guys remember these things? Who would keep that, though? I mean, part of me is like happy that you guys care enough about the events to remember the commands, but part of me is like, why? I always remember. Anyway, no, it's not that. That page is from 2023. Yo, thank you, Gus. Put these on. These are the uniforms of the palace guards. Ha! I haven't washed myself for 3 weeks, but it's the thought of wearing these uniforms that makes me feel really dirty. Okay, Abelard. Can you spare me your sense of humor? We share a goal, but that does not make us friends. No need to tell me that. Anyway, Lady Parnella steadily approaches the city. Kill her while wearing these uniforms, and make sure that the people see you. I will watch the show from the city walls, but excuse me if I will not applaud. My reputation, you understand. Will carry your secret to the grave, as discussed. I know this man from somewhere. This is our opportunity. Stop! City guards, you are under arrest. Look at that. So far away from your city walls and yet so cheeky. Huh? The law of the strongest rules here. Get them! Okay, now it's going to teach me ultra moves. During battle, the ultra move bar will slowly fill. Once full, one of your characters score an ultra move. The ultra move bar is automatically filled at the start of a boss. Oh! The ultra move bar is automatically filled at the start of a boss battle. So this is interesting. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think. I mean, right now it's hard to say. I think we'll have a better idea of kind of how the game works with it as it goes on. But I'm curious to hear what YouTube thinks about these mechanics, because it feels very, like, modern. The game is trying to invoke the energy of old SNES PS1 RPGs, but then it has these more modern takes on what turn-based combat should be, like fully healing yourself at the end of every single battle, ultra move bar automatically filling at the start of a boss battle. Now, I'm curious what people think about this. Like, would you rather it be more like a standard old RPG where there's more of a sustain and a grind? Or do you like, you know, it being more modern and being able to kind of like push through quicker? I'm kind of like, I'm neither here nor there. I think it fits the game to make it a bit more streamlined. I kind of like it. And it does make the game feel different and stand out from the games it's trying to... Because you don't want to have a game... There's a difference between, like, invoking the energy of those old games and just copying them. And all these kind of more modern takes on the combat really makes it feel like they're not just copying the originals, you know? They're referencing them, and they're using some of the thoughts and ideas from them, but it's its own thing as well. So that's where I kind of like it. And I like the idea that I could use my ultra moves in regular battles without worrying about not having them for a boss battle. Because I immediately thought, when it taught me the ultra moves, I immediately thought, like, oh, I should probably save these for bosses. You know, that was the first thing I thought of, just because I've played games like this so many times. It's just like the immediate thought, like, oh, I should probably save these. But now it's like, oh, I can, you know, use them when I get them. An earthquake yet again? Wait, there is something beneath. Whoa! A sandworm? Too bad this doesn't heal. I'm not sure about Romancing Saga, but Final Fantasy Tactics is like totally different type of game, so I wouldn't really include that. Man, Cleanse is crazy good. Just a free get rid of a target's buff. Well, not free, but, you know. That seems super duper good. Just kind of messed this guy's whole game up. Yeah, you can't just spam it right at the start of the fight because you want to keep your overdrive high. Well, not high, but you want to get up to overdrive. Earth resistance down. That could be an oof. So why does it say dragon? He's a dragon? Counter status cure. I'll also use a snack. Giant pot. I liked his eyeballs poking out of the water there. Rob. If you do not want to end up like your buddy, you better spit out what you are up to. Long live Farnsport. Stop it, Rob. This is unnecessary. Their lives are unnecessary. Got him. Make it quick. I am not taking orders from the likes of you. Curses! Haha, the way you treat prisoners, one could mistake you for a nobleman. Tell me, what is your plan? We're going to put an end to this festival. This peace is not real. Everyone's waiting for the new war. A new war? These 150 years have produced a royal line of warlords. They've no idea on how to deal with peace. It's all fake. All they long for is another war, and we're helping them to get it. You are planning an assassination. Peace cannot be your enemy. We yearn for peace just like everyone, but this current state is nothing more than a breather at Escanya's expense. Terran is using the peace treaty to recover from the explosion a year ago. Our chancellor's a fool and doesn't see it. We'll make the decision in his stead. The new war will bring true peace eventually, for everyone. At birth, every man is equal. Stop babbling. You are rats from the moment your mothers threw you into the world. Do not speak of equality. And now tell me or I will slit your throat. Who was that man before, and how many of you are there? Long live Farnsport. Long live Volandis. Rob. I mean, he did it, though. Probably better this way. If we leave this rat alive, it will bite the next opportunity it gets. I forbid you to kill a helpless person in my presence ever again. Do you understand? Yes, Princess. We shall return and report to the commander. A line of warlords. Does this apply to my brother as well? I forbid you from killing people. Bad Rob. I told you stop killing innocent people. It seems like nothing has happened so far. I guess we foiled the plan. What if there are more of them? What if there is a plan B? I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, only in her presence, though. If she's not there, he can do what he wants. Let us report to the commander. He will know how to act. He is probably wondering where we are anyway. Is something amiss? Are you sure, my lord? Is this parade not worthy as a stage for you? They had a wagon prepared just for you. My dear Heinlein, sometimes I prefer the way through the orchestra pit. But it is quite loud here. I'll take the noise of the crowd over the whispers of the court any day. Forgive me, what does a simple servant like me know about the problems of such a famous man like you? One does not need to be a powerful king or queen to be famous all around Eldria. Sir Victor of Arcadia is living proof that a civilian can gain such prestige. As the author of stage plays and poems, he has written himself into the hearts of many. Having developed the first letterpress machine, he was able to distribute his works to every corner of the world and accumulate vast wealth. She, now give me a break. People forget it sometimes, but I am not a nobleman. So let's cut the charades. Just take me backstage and show me where the fun is. Very well, Sir Victor. Here we are. May I cordially invite you to participate in our variety of fun games. The games are played with so-called chips. Please take these 50 and try to accumulate as many as you can. Once you are done, you can exchange the chips for prizes in the north of the plaza. Have fun. That is more to my taste. She. Chrono Trigger vibes again. It's literally it looks just like the Chrono Trigger fair. How's it going, Sir Victor? You currently have 50 chips. Hope you have a lot of fun. If you run out of chips, pay me a visit. New skills. TP Ronald with a potency of 5. Offensive buff. He seems a bit like a dancer class a little bit. Or like a bard, yeah. Bard probably be more accurate. Yeah, definitely. Definitely a bard. I have 2 points to use. Magical wind attack. Seems like he's a bit of a tank, too. Man, this seems like a wild passive skill. Just a 10% buff on defense. Goes up to 30%. I can't decide which game should I try first. Statistically, most people start with scissors at rock, paper, scissors. That's why I should always play rock first. The thing is, I'm pretty sure the RPS champ over there knows this fact as well. We got some turtle race. Welcome to the magnificent, tumultuous turtle touchdown. Bet on the turtle that will cross the finish line first. They might look the same, but their racing skills are actually very different. That's why I'm shuffling their positions every race. There's no way of knowing who will win next. The fee is 10 chips per game. The winner gets 30 chips. Are you willing to take the gamble? Sounds boring. I'm out. Unlike Gravos and Terran, we were doing reasonably well during the war. Still, celebrations like this were rather rare. I'm wondering if someone gives me like a hint as to which turtle's gonna win. Turtle. 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 So, the first two, I think just this one is yelling turtle. I was never more ready. I've never heard more fitting music in my whole life. They could, I mean, of all the songs I thought they would play for this, it all makes sense. So wait, is this just free money or what? Because it seems like the one that has the exclamation marks wins. Free money. Whoa, nice hat. You look like a man with a huge appetite. How about a round of our game? The fee is 10 chips, and for every plate of dapples that you eat, we will reward you with 1 chip. That sounds horrible, like if we were actually doing this in real life. Do I mash? Oh my god, how long is this? I didn't expect this to go that long. Easy money. Mama says that I'm a bottomless pit, but I still don't stand a chance against the amounts that are required in order to win here. Thank you for playing our games, good sir. You've accumulated 111 chips so far. Do you wish to stop and exchange your chips for rewards? No. Does she look like, maybe not. Never mind. You already tried her luck against the rock, paper, scissors champion. I just realized the guy in the giant hand suit is obviously the rock, paper, scissors champion. I'm watching him for a while. He'll never use paper right after using rock. For some reason, though, he also always tries to use each sign at least once per duel. Never uses paper after rock. And he also isn't going to start scissors. The champ of rock, paper, scissors follows his own strange rules. Have you noticed that he won't use the same sign twice in a row? If you can win 3 times in a row, I'll give you lots of chips. If you win on the first try, I'll add even more. Okay, so he never uses paper after using rock, and he's probably going to use rock first. So I think we go... paper, rock, scissors. Booyah. How many did I get? Give me like 50, I think. Wait, I don't get to see how much the stuff is? Yeah, it's basically what it's a reference to, Goldmaster. A lot. There are many, many references in this game to many old RPGs. Playing games and having fun is in our blood as Iskanians. Finally, we can live it up again. Is there any other games? I'm so glad this war is over. It's great to have entertainment without any worries. I think that's it. Can I just... Nope, he won't play me again. So I'm either mashing or listening to the turtles over and over again. Guess I can mash for a while. Because I don't know how much the stuff is worth, and once I cash out, I think that's it, so... What if all the stuff is like thousands of chips and I'm just wasting my time? Oh, it's definitely on her head. She definitely has the coolest hat of all time. Now that's promotion. I think my two-hand method is much better than one hand. Huh? What just happened? What just happened? Oh, I skipped it on accident. I was holding the, I was holding the touchpad, and it skipped it like it was a cutscene. But it's not a cutscene, it's a game. Oof. I should probably fix that. Yeah, two-handed is way better. Alright, one more turtle. Need more coffee. Please choose your rewards at the table and talk to my colleague up ahead. 20. The most famous helmet in all of Eldria, the Genji helmet. The Genji shield. The Orichalcum dagger. Final elixir. Oh my god, is that another reference? That's a deep cut reference if that's actually Rising Sun as well. Excalibur. Can I get them all or like only one? No, I can get them all. Easy dub. Hope you've enjoyed our games. Let me see what items you've chosen. I see, an excellent choice, I must say. The total cost of these items are 120 chips. Sir, if you would be so kind. What do you mean? The cost of these items are 120 chips. You've already said that. You need 120 chips to exchange for these items. I've already given the chips to your colleague. Which colleague? The red-haired one at the entrance. I'm sorry, there's no one working here with red hair at the entrance. Also, you need to bring these chips to me. Wait, what? No. She's gone. Have I been cheated? She, I must be getting old. She. Well, that was easy, like stealing money from a drunken Poco. Part thief, part con artist, she has broken the hearts of many men and women. With her red hair and red clothes, she is infamously known as the Red Succubus, a title that does not make her job particularly easy at times. She could dye her hair and change her clothes, but a narcissistic part of her seems rather proud of this fame. I'll return in a few hours and exchange these darlings. As for the time being, I haven't visited this part of town yet. Let's see what we can find here. Physical attack dealing 1.1 times damage can trigger Petal Storm. Steals an item from target with 80% chance. 20% chance to counter single target physical attack with buffing this stat. This is looking like my character, guys. Physical attack dealing 3 times damage needs to be activated by other skills. Inflicts bleeding, can trigger pet. Yeah, this is seeming like my character here. Dragon Killer, undead character, crit up. She holds a katana, though, not daggers. Also, I see those crystal slots. Interesting. This guy's pretty wasted. He even left his wallet on the counter. If no one sees me, I could... What are you doing? I saw her steal it as well. I've got the wallet. Time to get out of here. They call Farnsport the Dancing City, and you know why? We love to dance, sing, and drink. Even when we go through hard times, we always try to keep a smile up. That's how we are. Living in a place as huge as this makes traveling a real pain. That's why we have this railway. Originally, it was very expensive and only the rich could afford it, but thanks to Chancellor Sigurd, the rides are all free now. It can get very crowded, though. That's why we don't see any nobles using them anymore. I think they prefer air carriers nowadays. Most of the wares we import are luxury goods such as wine or cigars. Basic food comes from our own crops. Because of the war, it can happen that we have more wine available than food. When you ask me, I think there are much worse fates. Is that a cat with like a full head of hair? Alright. Is it a lion? Maybe? Okay, maybe it's just a lion's mane. I can't get the thought of like a regular cat with like a George Washington wig out of my head. It's probably just a lion. But now I can't unsee it. Wait, can I go in here? There's some food cooking on the stove. Just randomly turn up the heat. Ooh, what do I smell? I think my food is all done and ready to be eaten. You ever at home alone cooking something and then like you smell the food from the other room and you like say out loud to yourself, it seems that my food is finished and it is ready to be eaten. I thought it would take longer, but this worked out perfectly. Let's dig in. So what do we have here? Nice, it was totally worth it. This was tasty. I wish I had more of... Hey! What are you doing here? I got the goods. Time to bolt. I mean, at this point, why not just, like, walk in and brandish your katana? Be like, give me your goods. Like, everyone's seeing you steal. At this point, you might as well just armed robbery. Not a very good thief. This guy is sleeping. I see a key hanging from his girdle, and there seems to be some money in his pockets. Hey, did you just steal his stuff? Got the loot. Better get away from here. What do you guys think about the little like quest thing in the bottom right-hand corner? That's something that I usually wouldn't like, especially in an RPG like this. I don't think it's necessary to have like a checklist. We've talked about this in the past, and like it seems like a lot of people in our like community, which is mostly people that grew up on old RPGs, don't like the overuse of checklists and you know, waypoints and stuff in newer RPGs. So I'd be curious to hear what you guys think. With this game, I feel like a lot of it is modernized in terms of the combat and like the movement and everything. It's just very like modernized to where it seems like they want us to get through the game at a relatively good pace. So I don't really mind it. I don't know. I don't mind it, but I also feel like maybe it would be better without it. Like, especially here, I feel like move on to the next area is fine. I don't think I need the optional use the key to break into the house. Like, I found this house previously and found out that it was locked. And then that guy had a key on him. So, like, let me use my own deduction skills and be like, oh, we could probably break into that house before moving on. Putting the optional use the key to break into the house just, like, completely removes my ability to, like, learn about the environment on my own. Which I feel like is important for games like this. So, maybe a bit too heavy-handed. I don't really mind, like, the quest, journal quest system. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a bit too heavy-handed. It is kind of nice that it just sits in the bottom right-hand corner, and it's not, like, constant. Like, there's no waypoint. There's no, like, thing on the corner of the screen constantly telling me where to go. And it doesn't, like, make noise, or, like, every time I do one thing on the checklist, do, like, a big, like, doo-doo, you did it. I think in the top right-hand corner it pings, but, yeah, like, it's not obnoxious, but I would imagine that a lot of people playing this would prefer it not be there. I wonder if there's a setting to get rid of it. There were a lot of settings. Doesn't look like it. Traversal display? Not sure what that is. Doesn't seem like there's a... What's Vesta display? Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a way to turn it off. Aggressiveness. What does that mean? Enemy stats. Wait. So there's no difficulty option, but you can, like, just straight up boost the stats of the enemies? That's really odd. That's kind of cool, though. Instead of there just being easy, medium, hard, there's, like, 3 different things you can... Yeah. That's actually really cool. I like that. You could have just the normal difficulty, but have, like, the overdrive area harder to hit. Or if you're, like, struggling with the overdrive, you could set this to wide and leave everything else the same. You don't have to just set the game to easy and make everything easier. So that's pretty cool. I like that. You can increase running speed? Oh, okay. I was going to say, that's got to be maxed by default because you move so fast. There might be a button that toggles the display of the quest log. Like on the main. Oh, there's a map. I didn't even realize this map. This map's really nice. Apparently we get some teleporting later. Aha! R2. So there you go. So if you don't like it, you can get rid of it. So I think it's fine. I think it's fine, given that you can get rid of it. I just kind of wish it didn't, like, spoil optional things. I think you just leave the optional things as optional things. I don't think that needs to be in there. Other than that, it's fine. Curious how YouTube thinks, though. How's it going, Hoffa? Someone's there. Seems to be asleep. 50 arc, is that all? Papa. Looks like she's got a fever. Her father better bring her to a doctor. Well, I think I've got everything there is here. What a mess. Medical bills. Her illness must be pretty serious and costly. Oh yeah, and here I am supposed to feel bad for stealing from her. Everyone has to find their way to survive. I'm leaving. Fine, fine, you win, poor sick child. Now I better leave here.